he said, he has given us a brief explanation on we're able to get what he's trying to say, the age at which a youth begin. Now, to press further, we can regard a responsible youth to be someone who is reliable and useful at his youthful age. Mind you, when we are talking about a youth, responsible youth, it does not depend alone on the male. It is on the male and on the female, because some of us as a female, we believe we don't have much responsibility. We are just females, we are this, we are that. But I like to tell us that it depends on both gender, the male and the female. So a reliable youth means someone that is acting positively to his environment, ability to impact positively to his environment, the society, and to other people's lives. A responsible youth tends to be a watchword, a kind of model to other youths out there.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir, you said the word youth stands for usefulness, stands for useful age. I'd like to ask, is it every youth that is useful, or can every youth be useful?
Yeah, thank you for that. Oh yes, like I said, every youth is useful. Now, it is either you are useful to God or you are useful to the devil. Now, I'd like you to know that there is no idle mind. It is either God occupies your mind or Satan occupies your mind. Now, and whoever at this point controls your mind, controls your life. Now you find the youth of these days, they have become tools. They engage in robbery, they engage in drugs, and they are used by the politicians to carry out their political violence. Now, thereby making themselves what? Useful to the devil. So, you can either be useful to God or you are useful to what? To Satan. But in all of it, they are both what? Useful.
Thank you very much. Ma, what's your take on that?
Yeah, you see, I will start by saying that Satan did not create anyone, any human being at all, including the youth. The only person that was privileged, that was given the opportunity to create anything, any human being, including the youth, is God. Aside from God, no one. And the only thing we enjoy as humans is God giving us the ability of knowledge. That's why you see things around you. You see people trying to create something like human being, a machine. We have robots. It's still the same thing we enjoy using our phone. It's just the knowledge that God gave us. But there is nothing devil create. The only thing devil creates is destruction after what God created. So any youth that gives his or herself to the devil is regarded as irresponsible. That means such youth is not responsible at all. It's either, like he said, it's either you are useful to God or you are useful to the devil. You either pick one. Then every youth is useful. Every youth is useful, like he said, to God or to devil. It now depends on who or who you want to be useful to. Now, every youth is useful, like I said. So if you want to be responsible, that means you are trying to fulfill God's purpose on earth. If you must be responsible, you must be able to fulfill God's purpose on earth. If you are not responsible, that means you are planning to destroy God's purpose on earth.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Sir, I'd like to ask, what are the benefits of being a responsible youth?
Thank you. One of the benefits of being a responsible youth is the assurance of God's presence. You could imagine everything that Joseph went through in the Bible. But in all of this, he came out victorious. You know why? Because God's presence was with him all along. The greatest gift as an individual you can get is the presence of God, the assurance of the presence of God. The psalmist said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I fear no evil. You see, God can't be with you. You can't walk with God and yet you are still afraid. You see protection. You see security. You see peace of mind. You see joy. These are all just byproducts of God's presence.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma, can you give us some examples of responsible youths in the Bible?
Yeah, we have lots of them, but I'm going to start with Joseph. Joseph was one of the examples who defied himself, from sleeping with another man's wife for material gain. despite all odds, he was able to overcome. We have Daniel. Daniel is also an example who refused to, to eat from the king's food. He took a stand for God, and he became outstanding in the kingdom of Babylon. Now, time will not fail me to talk about Mary, the mother of Jesus, who was found worthy to bring the Son of the living as a virgin.
Thank you very much. Sir, what will be your final advice to the people out there watching this program right now?
Right. My final advice is very simple. Quit Yahoo. Quit jobs. Refuse to be used by the politicians to carry out their political violence or their electoral violence. You see, your life is much more important than money. God has a better plan for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ma, what will be your final advice to our viewers?
I'll start by taking us to the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 13. When Paul was saying something, Paul said, I will not count myself to have apprehended, to have achieved, to have attained. What I will do is forget these things behind and reach forward to the things ahead. And I think I'll divide that statement into two parts. The first part that I would like to talk on is that what Paul was saying there means achievement. It can be achievements, what you have achieved in life. Some of us, most youth, when they have achieved small little things, they begin to, to be pompous about it. They tend to just stay there alone. They don't want to press further again to achieve more. That was what Paul was saying there. Then the other parts can be challenges, it can be difficulties, problems. You don't allow one problem to put you in one spot. Try to face every problem, every challenge, become a problem solver yourself, and try to press forward, try to move forward to those things that are ahead. Then the other thing is, stop hanging around with bad friends. Bad friends can influence your life negatively. If you must have friends, have the ones that are responsible, and God will bless you all in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Wow. I must confess that I am really blessed. And I also believe our viewers out there are also blessed. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much for watching us, viewers. I know you are really blessed. So now, till I